Fear.
Who's the Thursday night football game?
Dolphins, Ravens.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy betting because that's the only reason to watch.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Lamar Jackson's coming back. That's all I'm going to say.
Are we flipped? Are we
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another glorious episode of Clickbait Sports. We are the Fearsome Foursome, but our fifth member will be joining us shortly.
I think he's pooping.
Until
he's peeing for the D.
We have none other than 5 Points Vids. How's it going, brethren?
I feel about as well as Cam Scattaboo's ankle. Not great. That was a devastating loss. The refs were unwatchable. I'm not blaming the refs. We were going to lose that game, but it made it very frustrating to witness that. But heal up, Cam. Love you, buddy.
Did you just compare you watching the Giants lose to the same way Cam Scatterboo felt?
Yeah.
His ankle specifically.
Did you see him try to get up and play? Like he was I'll just shake that off, rub some dirt on it. I will just get up and continue to play.
It takes a little bit for the shock to wear in. That's
all of that. But before we get to that, urinating Tree is with us. Tree, what are the vibes like? How are we feeling today?
Well, the vibes aren't very good right now. All Pittsburgh wants blood. I actually have 3 punishments ready today. One of them is this Aaron Rodgers jersey. I was hoping for those ugly jerseys we were wearing last Sunday, but unfortunately that kept getting delayed. I had to cancel it, so I had to settle for just a standard Aaron Rodgers jersey, and I'm very sad about that. But it's 2-game losing streak, and it's. We are loaded over by cheeseheads, and it's not fun.
We will definitely get to those punishments. As you can see, I'm also doing one of my punishments today as well. Who did not have a punishing weekend this week, though? It was none other than Brian Perna. What are the vibes like over there in Denver right now?
Pretty good. Confident. We got a lot of confidence. We have to play a team from Texas on Sunday with the real defense, so that should tell us a little bit more about this team. I'm very grateful to the Cowboys for making me feel like, oh, God, is our offense the best in the league now? Here's my problem, Scooter.
Talk to me.
I thought the Cowboys defense kind of started to put it together against the Commanders. And
that's
then
what you thought.
I was like, hey, everybody, I wanted to be ahead of the curve. I was like, everybody, we all know the problem, Dallas defense. Commanders game looked better, looked respectable. And then seeing all the things the Broncos have struggled with just disappear against Dallas, I'm like, oh man, I think the Cowboys defense is really bad. But if Denver has a good game against Houston, then you shouldn't feel so bad. So you should actually be rooting for the Broncos to do the same thing to the Texans this week. And then you can be like, you know what? The Denver Broncos are just that good. And the bogression is part of a progression, not a regression. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I am a Scooter Magruder. I am a Cowboys fan. Do not let this jersey fool you. But why don't we just start immediately with the Cowboys versus Broncos game, since we're already there, already talking about it. What was the thing from the non-fans? So 5 and Tree, what was something that stuck out to you the most in this game? Is it the Cowboys defense being bad, or is it the Broncos actually being legit?
I guess I'll answer that. First of all, the Giants beat the Broncos in an alternative universe, but they were wiping the field with the Broncos all game, and the Cowboys couldn't even do that. That game was over quickly. That's what was probably the most surprising, was how almost immediately the Broncos got out in front and just never let you back in the game. And that I was just like, what is going on? I thought that y'all would be, after what the Giants did, exposed a little bit of the Broncos sort of lack of offense. I thought that there could be something there for the Cowboys to capitalize on, but it was ugly early. So
it definitely was. And before we continue, we do want to just make sure that everyone knows all the money donated this week will be going to charities to support hurricane relief in Jamaica. So that is something we also want to let you guys know. All your money this week will be going to.
Correct.
we just got a hundo, by the way. Whoever gave that, Anonymous is going to be the top donor today.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe me and Perna are raising money for direct relief, and 5 and Tree. Who are you guys raising money for?
The World
Central Kitchen.
World Central Kitchen. Sorry.
Yes, they're both.
I'm thinking like World
recommended
Bank
from
Fund.
Tom Grossi. He said either one is fine, and Tom knows charity. I'll tell you that.
Yep. Those are the ones I
The
recommended.
dude raised $1 million. Did we not talk about that enough? In like 2 minutes. It was amazing.
It was. It definitely was. But as we know, Hurricane Melissa has hit Jamaica pretty hard. So our thoughts and prayers are with them right now. But switching gears back to the game, Tree, any observations on this Cowboys-Broncos game that stuck out to you?
I'm going to be quite frank. For the Dallas Cowboys, if Dak Prescott isn't moving heaven and earth, you are a bad football team. I'm just going to say it right now. You have no defense. You are supposed to be told to stop the run, and your run rank is 29th in terms of yardage. The Denver looked like a complete team. This was their best win of the year, which is I don't know if that says more about Denver or Dallas, but I'm going to be quite frank. It's mostly the same tropes we've been saying about Dallas. No defense. No defense. No defense. And now Trayvon Diggs. What happened with Trayvon Diggs? I know he had a concussion at his home, and now he's on IR for a month.
Yeah. So with Diggs, it's a bit of an enigma. No one really knows what's going on. As we welcome our 5th member, Tom. Welcome to the stream, brethren. How's it going over there?
It's good. Sorry for my tardiness.
No worries.
Did
no
you
worries.
poop?
Great jersey, by the way.
Never
Scooter.
arrives late. He arrives when he's
okay.
supposed to.
I know Scooter kind of looks nice in Packers
He does.
dreams.
He looks real good.
He
First, we
does.
saw him as a
Relax.
Packers
I think he's a
cheerleader.
true autumn. You know,
Everyone
his color palette
It complements
is working
your whole
really
aura,
well.
Scooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as
your
far as
skin
Diggs
tone
go,
looks
there
amazing
was a
on-
concussion at his house. But then he was actually put on IR for a different injury, not actually the concussion. So we really don't know what's going on. What we do know is that this is going to be Diggs' last season in Dallas.
Whoa.
There's out after his contract this year.
Whoa.
Wow.
This
Did
is not
he-
news. This is
Did
not
his
like news
other
to any.
injury cause him to
Yeah.
get a concussion?
No, this is not news to all.
Oh, it
Cowboys
was my
fans.
high ankle sprain. I tripped.
He actually had, I think it was some hamstring issues, if I
Oh.
believe correctly. But that was actually the reason for IR, so he could rest up. Long story short, though, he's not going to be on the team. He's out. He was a Micah sympathizer, and because of
Micah
that,
sympathizer.
he is next to go.
Wow.
Now, as far as my thoughts on this game, Tree could not have said it better. If Dak and if the offense does not score 40 or more points, we will lose all of our remaining games. That's just how things are set up right now. We have a high-powered offense and one of the lowest-powered defenses in the league, which is why I do expect us to make a trade during this deadline, not only because we look trash, but because Ricky Scoops tweeted, and if you recall correctly, he was also the one who had the Micah tweet going to Green Bay, and I said, there's no way this is happening, and then it happened. But for me, I just look at
Even your
this.
dog agrees.
Yeah, Sunshine is upset still about the trade. It was just Sonny.
So
For
if
me,
you trade, okay, go.
Go-
Sorry.
go
It
on.
sounds like your dog is a
No.
Micah
So if you
sympathizer.
get rid of Parsons and Diggs, you cannot stop the run or the pass. That
well,
would
we're
be-
already not doing either. At this
Yeah,
enough.
I was just saying you can just make it worse. That
The-
seems to be the plan.
Here's
Rookies,
my thing,
Gotta
though.
draft them.
the Cowboys do have the second most cap space available out of any team. With that, we can do some things. Mainly, I'm thinking about signing George Pickens immediately. At least have that positive going forward, and we'll see.
How
But
how
we
much do you
made
think
one
he's-
of the quarterbacks with the worst EPAs in the league look like Tom Brady. It was disgusting.
Dude,
If you looked at
Are
his
you really
stats,
that
too.
shocked? Are you that shocked? You gave up 450
Yes.
passing yards to Russell Wilson.
Yes,
I don't think
I'm
it's really that
shocked
shocking.
because even if you look at the stats, right? If you look at Bo Nix's stats, his stat line still was barely better than Dak's yard-wise. Yard-wise,
Most
he
of that
only
was
threw for
garbage
like-
time, though, dude. It was garbage time.
Yeah, we threw he threw 4 touchdowns,
And I think he threw
2
less than
picks.
250 yards is my point, though.
2 picks.
Yeah,
for
because you
Dak.
got gashed on the ground. You gave up 200 yards rushing.
It wasn't good
You know why Bo looked so good though?
because their receivers were wide open.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But you guys had the worst pass rush the Broncos have faced all season.
See,
Like, and the Broncos' offensive line is good. So don't get me wrong. And Bo Nix, there's a lot of things you can critique about his game. The thing he has done well since day one is avoid sacks. I think he's 8 sacks on the season so far. But I swear to God, I have never seen a Broncos quarterback in my life have that much time to throw. He could just wait. He could
It was
just
bad.
wait.
Really,
it
our only
seemed
pass
like
rusher
he
on
could
the
take a
team
walk
is Donovan
there, just to walk there.
Ezeraku. He's really our only pass rush hope on the team thus
Hmm.
far. But there are reports saying we could be targeting a Jalen Phillips out of Miami. So we'll see
Jalen
if-
Phillips hasn't done anything. He gets hurt every third game.
we'll see what can happen. Anything, we will take anything at this
Yeah.
point. But
Trade
Let's-
deadline's on Tuesday, right?
yes, trade deadline is on Tuesday. Let's switch gears a little bit
Oh,
though.
hell yeah. Just got a $150 donation from Errant Umbra for direct relief. Thank
Yep.
you.
That's it.
That's a
I
big
think
one.
we got a couple
Tom,
Tom, do you
shout-outs.
not want the chat on the screen?
No, I
Sorry.
hate it. What is this?
Oh, tree.
I don't know.
you
So
know
many
how to
comments
turn-
on
there
Can we
you
stage.
go.
move it
It was
right
a
over, Tom?
StreamYard thing. I thought it'd be interesting. So.
StreamYard doing
okay.
unnecessary things? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Hey! It actually works sometimes if it has a
StreamYard
natural
hater.
progression.
Tom,
but
who are
it's-
you raising money for?
World Central Kitchen. We've raised money for them before. They have a 100% rating on Charity Navigator. They have literally a
100%.
perfect score. So not only 4 stars, but they also, Direct Relief, we've also raised money for them. They're doing great work with the hurricanes right now. World Central Kitchen, they provide fresh meals to folks. So they're doing hurricane relief and they're also supporting federal employees right now and also
Oh,
food
wow,
banks as things like SNAP are getting cut. Or not going out. So yeah, that's what this is for. Just a reminder, because since we're in October, they'll get this money November 21st, because that's when YouTube pays everybody. So if you also want to do it directly so they get it right this second, you could just go to their respective websites. But they do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
And with that being
Thank you.
said, we're going to switch gears, but we're going to stay in the NFC East. We're going to go to that rivalry game between the Eagles and the Giants. My question to you guys is, are the Giants actually cursed?
Do you want me? Oh, what?
Jacob just donated
Nice.
$500. So
Have you ever have you guys read the 48 Laws of Power? I just want to ask you
No.
guys this. You
I
guys are
stopped
not
at
Machiavellian, underhanded. There's a rule or there's a law that says it just don't associate with people with bad luck, and it kind of it's and Brian Dable is that dude. Like he just has terrible luck, and sometimes you got to cut ties with people that are just bring that juju into your house. And the amount of freak things that happen, he loses Malik Neighbors in the first win of the season. He's tied games. He's lost games. The longest field goals in the league have been hit against our team while Dable's been the coach. And then he loses one of the star players with an ankle injury so horrific that I thought his foot was gone. Like I thought that it had planted and just disappeared into the Philadelphia turf. So I just think that Brian Dable brings a lot of bad luck to the Giants. I don't think he's an idiot. I think he's a good coordinator, but it's kind of time to move on from that. Also, I thought that the game was called perfectly by the officials. That just
No issues whatsoever.
absolutely no issues whatsoever. That tush push was officiated absolutely by the book, however it should have been. Yep. Great.
Real quick, CC, just to address this super quick. This is not just with charities. So like us as creators too, like the AdSense
we
money,
get it once a month.
We only get paid once a month. So it's so for September, I don't get that money until October. So that's why we're here. October, you don't get until it's the 21st of every single month. So it's not just for charity stuff. They just hold on to it. So then they process everything afterwards.
Where do the Giants go from here? To the mock drafts?
They go to the job boards, to a search firm to find a new coach and a new My thing is if they have already made up their mind on Joe Shane, like there's no reason to keep him through the trade. There's no reason to keep him through the draft. You just cut ties. They won't fire Dable during the season. I don't think they've done that. Yeah, I can't remember even with the dolts that we've run out here for the last 10 years.
Ben McAdoo and Jerry Reese midseason. But that was because
that was a while ago. Yeah, and McAdoo, ironically, was the best coach out of all. Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge.
McAdoo was pretty bad, but
but he was just he didn't know how to handle the end of Eli Manning.
Do not put that juju
his career.
in the NFL.
I just think that unfortunately for Dable, it's time to move on. It's just this team we're not getting
Shane
results.
goes too.
Joe Shane, he has some positives.
Well, you got the Niners up next. I will be rooting for you guys in that game. And the best for last, it was a showdown between teacher and apprentice. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers going up against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
No comment.
What are your instant thoughts on this game, Tom?
Jordan Love was incredible. 20 straight completions. Pretty darn good. His second career high in yards, 360 yards. He's only had 2 turnovers so far this year, so he's playing pretty damn well. That first half was ugly. Like there was nothing going on. Jaylen Warren was running the ball really well. Trey and I talked about this afterwards, and then they only gave him the ball 3 times in the second half for some reason, and he was actually doing well.
What we do.
Yep, just but then the offense was able to get things going. McManus missed 2 field goals in his return game, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. But we do have a backup kicker, worst case scenario. But yeah, the Packers actually able to give their fan base a stress-free win at the second half of that game. And honestly, Rodgers, always appreciate everything that he did for Green Bay, but the fact that like Jordan can ball out on Sunday night like that, I thought it was pretty damn good. And unfortunately for the Steelers, man, like this is now at least the second week in a row that their defense has not looked great. And that I think is concerning going forward, because that's what I was worried about with our secondary.
I think the problem is with the Steelers too. It's been an issue ever since they gave up 400 yards to the Jets offense in week 1. Our defense has not been that good, minus that random game against New England where they self-destructed and had 5 turnovers. I think the problem is with the defense, it's, as I said, if you don't get pressure, if you don't have TJ Watt and Cam Hayward doing superhero shit, these are the results you're going to get. You're going to get a defense that just isn't there, that gets beat on inside slants all the time. They can't cover a tight end. That the secondary, it was bad to begin with. And then Deshaun Elliott went down and it got even worse. I know Elliott's not out for the year, but it's a hyperextended knee. He's going to be out at least 4 weeks because of the being on IR. They lost more depth than Daniel Akewale. The offensive line is gelling into its own. I mean, the offense still struggled for long stretches, especially in the second half. I think it was something like 49 yards of offense until garbage time, and it was just repeated mistakes, self-inflicted wounds, a lot of flaws in scheme and personnel. And it's the same stuff that we've been seeing out of the Steelers for the past at least 5-6 years, where a real team would come in and just smack them. And I know that first half was a bit of an outlier because, I mean, they had the original adjustment, but they didn't adjust. Packers adjusted to them, and that's how you get Jordan Love balling out, getting 20 consecutive completions, Tucker Kraft having a big day. the defense more or less starting to get to Aaron Rodgers. But once again, now you're in a rough situation because you're in a spot where the AFC North was pretty much yours. 4-1 up against a weak Cincinnati Bengals team. And where was your oyster? But now you've lost 2 straight. You're up against the Colts and Chargers coming up next. Those could be 2 losses if you're not careful. You also have to deal with the Ravens coming in off a fake walk schedule. They're going to be back. Bengals should have won, but it's just the Bengals. But it's
Who just beat the Bengals?
the
Jersey
Jets. Jets, Jets. And the team the Steelers lost to.
My question to both of you is, if you switched quarterbacks for this game, would the result have been the same?
Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a knock on Love. That's just the Steelers.
Yeah, it's just what we do. It's against real teams.
I will say Love, compared to current Aaron Rodgers, can extend the play a little bit more.
Yeah.
Rodgers, just as a 41-year-old man, is going to be less mobile. But Love was out there. I mean, he made some insane throws on Sunday night, and the placement was perfect.
Rodgers has too much love in his heart right now.
Is that a pun?
No? Yes, I mean, it was also a pun. He's too nice. At
Any
this
final
moment in
thoughts
time.
on this game before we move on to superlatives for the midseason?
Midseason.
We also have some punishments to
Let's
take
not
care
do
of.
things.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
get
things
these
done.
punishments out. Of the way.
Let's do some punishments. Tree, what do you have?
Yes, well, I have a couple punishments today. Actually, I have 3 of them. Well, first off, we have this fine Aaron Rodgers jersey that I just got yesterday. I wanted to do the fancy one with the 3 stripes, the one they wore Sunday. That it's definitely a piece, but it kept getting delayed. I ordered it back in mid-August after a punishment, and it kept getting delayed. I said, screw it, I have to cancel it, and then I picked up this one. It randomly came in a couple days because, of course it does. But if you noticed a couple weeks ago, we had a very well-received AI thumbnail.
The crowd loved it, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. You can't spell clickbait without AI. But guess what? Apparently now my punishment is I had to use AI to simulate me as fans of AFC North teams. So here's me as a Ravens fan.
Let's go, Ravens! Playoff time, baby!
That looks nothing like you.
Yeah, exactly. I just did props like you're an 83's a Ravens fan. That's what it came up with.
Okay.
When was this a punishment? Was this one of the ones I missed?
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, you weren't here.
Yeah, you were not.
But everybody was whining about Adam's thumbnail, and then he got punished. He had to
Just
use
played
AI
along with it and,
to clone himself,
Yes,
which would
and
be a
here's
great
me.
use of AI.
We
Yes,
are cooked.
I burned down an entire rainforest for this, so let's get this a lot of comments. Here's
you
me as
guys-
a Browns fan.
They're never gonna be good. Oh, come on, get a job, man.
Get a job, man.
Get a job. And here's me as a Bengals fan. Yeah,
That's not AI.
You see, no, that is absolutely AI.
That's really good.
Come on, that is AI.
That is
That's
a
really
real
good.
person. I saw that on
Absolutely
Twitter.
AI. This is AI. Come
That's
on.
pretty good.
Nah,
AI.
look at that chest moving right there. That's some rhythm.
Look, you gotta do the
Look at
slow
that.
motion too. It's got like a bongo gun. Bum, 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 bum,
Oh
bum,
my
bum.
gosh, that is great stuff. Did you guys
And
see that
then-
humanoid robot you can buy for $20K? By the way,
I mean,
you
can
guys
it help
haven't
me?
seen that?
No,
Oh
I
my
haven't.
gosh, look it
But
up
what I have
after.
seen-
We're on
is
a dark
me warding-
timeline.
What I have seen is me warding off the evil spirits of Aaron Rodgers, which is also another punishment and also derived by AI. Yes, Domine, dona eris requiem. Yes, Domine, dona eris requiem. Oh, most glorious Aaron Rodgers, above in the name of immunization, may you please immunize this glorious house in the name of your bounty. Please ward off the evil spirits that take. May the chakras and glorious ayahuasca bless this house and all of its bounty. In the name of the number 8, in the name of the Hail Mary. Amen. Hallelujah. Go steal it.
Yes, Lord, here.
What was
I
that
think-
punishment? AI could
There was-
never. AI
Yeah.
wishes that it could.
Well, and this was like a couple months ago, and I finally got around to it. Hey, that's a great AI punishment. But one more
I'm just
thing I have to
imagining
say,
your neighbors walking by as you're doing this.
there aren't many around.
Here he goes again.
I wait to see the Insmobile. It's like, yeah, there's that pastor going off with the terrible towel again and the lawnmower. That's great. But one more time, I need to say, here's me meeting Aaron Rodgers.
Really glad to meet you, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for the support.
Go Steelers.
All
You
right.
can tell
so
that's totally Aaron Rodgers.
I think the AI haters kind of have a case here after seeing.
Oh, dude, the first
Like,
one I
I-
derived-
local water
first
supply.
one I derived Aaron Rodgers is a black man. So it's yeah.
Speaking of AI, I forgot to do this earlier, but I actually was able to interview Dave Campo, the former head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And I asked him, this was a couple weeks ago, I asked him about our defense and how bad it has been and what he thought about it. And here's what he had to say. How would you rank this defense amongst Cowboys defenses that you've seen and been around?
You know, I am a member of the organization past. Be a little bit careful, but actually, Stuart, it's not very good. I think the secondary is struggling. The front has got to get more aggressive. It's going to take a little time, unfortunately. You know, we're in a situation where you've got a new coach, a new bunch of players. There's some young players out there that have to come along. I don't feel real comfortable with it. I have a lot more confidence in the offense than I do in this defense.
Listen, I wish we could go back to the 90s. I really do. That was actually a short segment of a longer segment, but it was so fascinating because I used to talk trash about Dave Campo in my videos, and he started it by saying that he knew who I was, which was
You see my
crazy.
work.
So it's just so interesting to me. Like, you hear all about these guys, you hear about Jerry Jones, you hear about Stephen Jones, you hear about Dave Campo during the 5 and 11 years. And then when you actually get to talk to them and he's talking about, well, you know, Jerry Jones, he's gotten a lot better at it now, but when he was my GM, he was way more involved than he is now. He kind of lets the coaches do their things now.
Did he call you Stuart?
That was someone on
Stuart
it's
McGrew.
like I'm the only person that's not there. I'm the only virtual
Oh,
person.
got it.
But there's on set people as well.
I love your videos, Stuart.
Yeah.
Great job.
But
Stuart.
yeah, it was just fascinating to see, like, and hear firsthand from someone I was making videos about back in the
Scooter.
day.
That's pretty cool.
Scooter, you get one question to ask Jerry Jones.
If I had
What
to
is it
ask
gonna
Jerry
be?
Jones one question, I would look him in the eyes and I would say, did you really think trading Micah Parsons was a good idea? Yes or no? I don't even need an explanation, just a yes or no. And I need it recorded on video because it might be. It might turn out we could use these draft picks and we could parlay them into greatness. But as it stands now, it literally looks like we're just forfeiting the season. It looks like Micah Parsons was the only thing holding that ragtag defense together. And now it has come completely undone. And so we'll see. We will see.
He would 100% say yes because he would talk about the assets that they got and just there's no way that he would answer that anything with anything but yes, Stuart.
Yeah, that's probably fair. But let's change up some gears here. It is almost mid-season, so we're going to give out some mid-season accolades and see if we can predict how things might end up here for a couple of teams. So, starting with our first prediction, who would you guys say would be the MVP thus far?
Give me Jonathan Taylor. It was Baker
Ooh,
Mayfield, I
great
feel like, a few
call.
weeks ago, but Jonathan Taylor,
Great
man. I
call.
mean, he's been CMC, like, he's been like the entirety of the 49ers offense, but he just got stopped by the Texans defense. I mean, Taylor, isn't he leading the league right now in games with multiple touchdowns? Like, he is just having a fantastic season. And also, I'm just tired of getting a QB award. So, yeah, Colts are the best team in football right now. Jonathan Taylor is one of the big reasons why.
It sucks. You 2 months ago for that.
Because everyone's like, yeah, it's Jonathan Taylor, but he's never going to win it. Like, he can't win it, but it's Jonathan Taylor. Why?
Yeah, why not?
Win it? Why do we have to let it be a quarterback? If everybody's saying that at this point, and you got, another half of the season for that to continue, and the Colts kind of have to stay as the highest scoring offense in the NFL, right? The reason Jonathan Taylor gets a lot of credit there too is because Daniel Jones has been very good, but Daniel Jones hasn't been a QB statistical anomaly, right? He's not throwing for like 400 yards and 5 touchdowns every week. It's like 220, 2 touchdowns, and the other 3 touchdowns are Jonathan Taylor. So that has to continue as well. And then maybe people will vote for Jonathan Taylor if a clear quarterback candidate doesn't really emerge. And right now, you can make the argument for a lot of guys. I know Patrick Mahomes has the best odds to do it right now, and he's been very good, but also not miles ahead of anybody else. And there's a weird thing happening right now with passing yards. I saw one of the stats about passing yards with there's been 30 300-yard passing games. So it's the fewest 300-yard passing games since 2003. And was it last year we were talking about how passing numbers were kind of dipping because of the way defenses are playing. Well, then the kickoff rule, where teams are starting with better field position ever than before, is also contributing to QBs not having as many yards. So even though none of us are saying Jonathan Taylor's going to win it because they're not going to vote for it, this is one of those weird years where on top of him playing well, there's a couple other things that could continue to happen to help make his case. In a perfect world, anyway.
Talking about those other things too, something that I heard just to piggyback off of what Brandon Perna was saying with the kickoffs. I read a report, I don't know if you guys read this report, where it said that this new kickoff rule could fundamentally change how football is played going forward, meaning that teams are going to be more likely to go for it on 4th down when they are closer to the touchdown rather than take 3 points and then kick it off to their opponents, and their opponents might be starting around the 40, 35-yard line. They would rather say, you know what, let's risk it for 7 and have our opponents drive the full length of the field if we don't get it. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
There'll be a bunch of nerds from Stanford just crunching the numbers and analyzing it and just saying, oh, you got to go for it here. I thought when I saw the rule come out that teams would start at the 35, it would change a lot. And it has. You're just seeing it. And the one thing that's amazing also is how the kick returners are not understanding the rules. How many have caught the ball and just either run out of bounds or not let it go out of bounds when it's going to be a net effect of 20, 30 yards. That's what's been really interesting to me. But I agree, the game is changing, and you're just seeing all these wild comebacks, all these wild I guess the NFL wanted lead changes in the last minute, and they have gotten it for sure.
Well, they would just want more production and offense in general. That's what they wanted. That's why they changed the kickoff rules, because remember a couple of years ago, there was nothing but touchbacks. They had to do something.
Yeah, it was getting ugly. And, it was concussions and touchbacks, and they've managed to assuage, or to limit the amount of big hits off of kickoffs. And that's a good thing. But I just don't like how you can get to the 35. It seems very not football.
Well, the problem is they're trying to change it, as I said, to make it more offensively friendly. But here's the real situation that we're getting into with the K-balls that have really changed the impact, where 60-yarders are pretty much being kicked by nothing. You start at the 35-yard line, you could potentially go only 10, 15 yards, kick a field goal before half, and get another 3 points.
But we really haven't. We've seen a lot of bad kicking, though. The only 2 or 3 kickers like Aubrey, but it doesn't matter because they're not even getting him in position to kick.
Chase McLaughlin, he's hit a couple 60 yards this year.
just the discrepancy between bad. Like if you want to see bad kicking, just look at the Giants. But yeah, it's been interesting to see how the rules played out.
I think they need to. They should either just eliminate touchbacks, unless it's kicked out of the back of the end zone.
So you have to return it no matter what.
You have to return it no matter what. So then kickers can kick it deep into the end zone, and it's not this automatic great field position thing, right? Or if a team doesn't return it, all the coaches are fined for that week. So just start finding the coaches if they don't return it.
That will get immediate change.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, that would be very funny.
Who would we say is the least valuable player, or someone you thought should have been doing way better than they were doing and have just not gotten there yet?
I'm surprised. First of all, I want to say my MVP for the first half has been alcohol. Alcohol has gotten me through the first half as a Giants fan, and it'll be there the whole second half too. Like it's MVP is.
I think MVP is probably the Giants' medical staff too. Lately.
Well, when Brian Dable comes and interrupts you,
staff, they're goated right now. Like they are busy.
I think Dexter Lawrence has been shockingly absent from any big calls, and he is a big time player. And you got Carl Banks and him going at it.
He's getting doubled. They're scheming things towards.
It's not that. No. If you
he's
look,
getting double teamed every play.
It's not. No, if you look at the film, he usually gets to beat his guy. You know, he has
Give him to us for a 5th round pick.
He's at nose tackle. His production is his pressure is down. You could easily just say he's getting doubled, but trust me. He doesn't seem like the Dexter Lawrence of old, but I think what'll happen is he'll turn it up and you'll see him get there. Teams will start disrespecting him and they'll find out who Sexy Dexy is.
I was going to say Tua for me personally before last week. He has been slowly turning things around, but it has started off like I don't think any Miami Dolphins fan has thought it was going to start off.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad. I mean, real quick, what about Abdul Carter? I mean, like, and obviously, I think he has half a sack, I think, on the season so far. Like,
he's getting pressures though.
He is actually, if you just rank him, if you look at the PFF numbers, like he's getting the most pressures out of a rookie linebacker in the league. And I watch these games every week. His name is constantly in there. I mean, he had a sack on Sunday, but he was being held like a newborn baby, like the whole time he was just being groped. So you'll see him getting either drawing those calls but he's been good. And especially now that they're upping his pitch count and letting him take more snaps, you're gonna be hearing a lot out of him. Now, hopefully they hold on to Thibodeau and they don't mess with the 3-4 is the only thing that's working on this team. And hopefully they don't mess with that at all.
Thibodeau's getting traded immediately.
To who? Who wants Thibodeau?
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys. We'll take 2.
Tree or Perna, we're looking at the least valuable players thus far midway through the season. Who are you guys picking?
Oh, the NFL officials. They are.
That's every year though.
But they're really bad towards my team right now, and we're surviving them. We're surviving them. That's fine. They've got it out for Riley Moss. It's becoming something many people are talking
Riley
about.
Riley Moss might just be garbage, though, as well.
Yeah.
He might just be garbage.
They didn't fit on the Cowboys.
Ref's been really bad. Disappointing. I'm going to go. I don't want to say like least valuable player specifically. I'm going to just go with a team that's disappointing right now. I think that's got to be the Commanders. I think a lot of us thought that it was going to be really hard for Jaden Daniels to live up to what he did last season because Washington exceeded expectations so much. And it's one of those weird things where it's tough because he's been injured, right? It's been 2 different injuries. And it's not like he's been bad when he's out there. He just can't stay out there. but you got to be out there to, not have that label of whatever you want to call it, your sophomore slump, or that, like, that's all part of it. And I think the concern when he was coming out of college too was like his style of play in college specifically. If you were watching him, he would take some shots. You're like, that's not going to work in the NFL. And I'm not even saying that's how he's getting hurt. It's just one of those things that feeds into it. So hopefully the second half of the season, I just want to see him be healthy and see him out on the field and do what we saw him do as a rookie, so that, we're not asking this question at the end of the season because, he missed another 3 games down the stretch here and the Commanders are completely out of it.
I actually did predict him to have a sophomore slump, for those who recall, and that was predicated upon him playing games, not being absent. So I actually want him to get back so that I am vindicated.
You want it for the nefarious purposes.
Yes, absolutely. Tree.
I've actually got a couple. I don't know who to really pick out of the two. First one, it's going to be one out of your AFC West, Brandon. Geno Smith.
Oof,
I thought he was going to at least give them some stability at the quarterback position. He's gone back to Jets form. He is bad. He is throwing picks left and right. He has been very skittish in the pocket. He has had no stability. He got benched for Kenny Pickett. He only led them to 65 yards of offense and 3 first downs against the Chiefs. And, I mean, he talked about, the haters are writing back. Guess what? He's not just writing him back. He has pretty much a post office in his house, and they are delivering at priority. It has been just a painful year. He might be a year 1 cut, along with Pete Carroll and a few other pieces of that Seahawks defense. And by the way, congratulations on getting more of that with Tyler Lockett over this week too. So that's obviously going to.
Their O-line is also atrocious.
Yeah,
like it is
atrocious,
and it just hasn't been right. Ashton Jeanty. I mean, even the Michael Myers stance isn't doing much anymore. They're just zoning in on Ashton Jeanty. They're just like, okay, it's just like go for the guy who can do something, and they're done. The second one, though, this is the one that's really disappointed me. Brian Thomas Jr. I thought he would have a breakout year. He's dropping everything in sight. He can't really get traction. He is,
because I have him on fantasy football. He's done nothing for me.
Cincinnati, remember that game? That 4th down and short. Ball was right there. He catches that. Game's over. Guess what? Drops an easy dime. Like literally just a thing you catch in your sleep. And he just has been doing that all year.
That's scary.
That's why Jacksonville's been partially inconsistent, is because of guys like him.
That is fair. All right, let's move on to our next, which is biggest surprise. And you cannot say Daniel Jones, and you cannot say the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, wow.
Biggest surprise.
I'm going to go with Daniel Jones and the Colts.
Yeah, and Carly Ursay-Gordon. She's just micromanaging her way.
I feel like in a negative way, surprise is probably the Ravens. I think they're probably the team that I have some of the most hope for in the second half of the season, considering that the Steelers' grip on the AFC North seems to be slipping a little bit. Lamar Jackson's coming back tonight. They were able to knock off the Bears, with Snoop Huntley on Sunday. So I just think that the hole that they got themselves into, the good news is that like the past 2 games, their defense has been looking pretty solid after it was atrocious. But Jair Alexander has been a healthy scratch for like 4 games already this season. So that addition has not done anything for the secondary. So I'm curious to see how they're going to progress throughout the rest of the year, because I don't think the Bengals, I don't think Cleveland is going to be in there. So I think it's going to come down to the Steelers and the Ravens, but they can find some momentum, especially with their schedule.
Especially in the next couple
For me, I would have to say the Patriots. Drake May specifically.
My response.
Who would have predicted that almost midway through the season that the Patriots would be leading their division over the Bills? I don't think anyone had that halfway through the season. So the way that Drake May has been playing, I think it's vindicating a lot of people in that Patriots front office who at the time when they took Drake May, some people were saying this is a mistake. He should have got drafted a little bit later than where you guys picked him. Right now, those guys are looking pretty smart. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, and Kayshon Boutte has been really good. You got to love you some good Boutte.
Well, that was the thing that they needed, right? They needed protection and they needed wide receivers, and they went out and they got both. I mean, so thankfully that has worked out for them. And even when Myles Garrett is getting 5 sacks on Drake May, mean, dude, he's having highlight throws every single week, so they were a team that I think a lot of people expected to potentially have a wild card ceiling, but they keep playing like this. They might.
Yeah, they're Drake's got like this because I just shot a Drake May and Patriots video. That's going to be the next one we do. But Drake May is like on this. He's on like a historical tear for how well he's passing deep down the field. There's a graph with him like way up in the right corner, and I thought it was like a graph for this Drake May versus the field this season. But it's a graph for like, I think it's an EPA one. I can't really remember, but it's for like all quarterbacks ever in some of their best passing seasons. So what he's doing in terms of throwing deep balls is pretty crazy. But also it's like, I knew Mike Vrabel would be good in New England. I did not think it would happen this quickly. And the way he's got the defense playing on top of that, like the Patriots defense, they're top 10, top 5 in a ton of categories. So, like, that also helps a young quarterback. So, yeah, Patriots, I thought they could be competitive with Buffalo, but right now, that's a good call, Scooter.
All right. Any other biggest surprises?
For me, this is going to be a surprise that shouldn't be a surprise, but Sam Darnold is actually. Everyone thought that he was going to regress. He was going to be a bad signing.
He was bad
those last two games. Yeah, those last 2 games as a Viking were terrible, and then he comes to Seattle and he's doing his job, and he's proven to a lot of haters that the Jets truly do ruin talent.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side of that, the other surprise is the Vikings kind of being this, not knowing who J.J. McCarthy is as their quarterback yet, right? Mm-hmm. They got 2 games out of him, and then he's hurt.
Yeah.
And
he had one quarter. But
what's that?
I mean, it was just 1 quarter. Like the first 3 quarters against Chicago, he wasn't good. Then
they haven't seen much.
And it's been a high ankle sprain. Can we pour one out for Carson Wentz too? That guy was sent to die last Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh. And he was playing with an entirely whipped shoulder from the socket. And Kirk Herbstreit's out here saying, "Oh, you shouldn't show emotion on the bench." Like, this dude's pretty much serious pain. What do you want him to do?
That is fair. That is fair. Let's move on to most likely to win the Super Bowl. You had to choose right now, mid-season. Who will be in the Super Bowl? Who are you going with? Knowing what you know now.
Most likely, huh? Oh.
Most likely.
I
think the Chiefs. Oh, go ahead.
Think about it. I like that we have to think about it.
I'm going to go Chiefs, Cowboys.
Okay.
Turning things around.
Easy.
Right here at the trade deadline.
Right.
I could see Chiefs in the AFC.
Can we make a bet, Scooter?
Turn things around. If we trade for Myles Garrett, we will be in the Super Bowl this season.
You might trade for Myles Garrett, dude.
Lock it in.
I don't know who the Super Bowl is, but I'm going to give you this. At the moment, for the NFC, I think the championship game is going to be between the Packers, the Lions, or the Eagles. Those are the 3 teams that look like the best in the NFC.
Not going to be the Eagles.
If Tampa Bay gets healthy, maybe them. But
yeah, Bucks could be there.
If they get healthy.
Yeah. Now, AFC, yeah, somebody's got to show up and, do the thing against the Chiefs. Well, guess what? I don't think the Chiefs are going to get the first round bye. So they got to play wild card weekend.
Oh, no, not again.
Colts are going to get that. They got a favorable schedule to get there. Broncos are going to play the Chiefs, and the Broncos are going to upset the Chiefs in the playoffs. And then the Broncos are going to get the Colts, and then the Broncos are going to get their floor wiped with Indianapolis because Indianapolis does everything well. And so the Colts will go to the Super Bowl.
Colts to the Super Bowl.
Dude, if the Colts go to the Super Bowl, I'll be so happy.
Daniel Jones.
If the Colts go to the Super Bowl, I will shit my pants.
Be so happy for them.
I'll be happy.
Is that a punishment tree?
Listen,
I'll do that anyway. So it's like
you must choose 2 teams. Brandon, who are your 2 teams?
Give me Colts versus Lions in a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think the Packers got a good chance. I think the Eagles got a good chance. But give me Colts Lions because it'll be fun.
I don't see the Eagles. But
And
I
then
also
Tom
didn't
and I
see
get
it when
our
they won the
Super Bowl
Super
next
Bowl.
year.
So
I'm
Tree-
not gonna. Oh, go
5,
ahead.
give me 2 teams.
I think the Chiefs get it done because if the Chiefs play the Colts in whether it's in KC or Indianapolis, the Colts they don't strike me as a team that just gets it done, even though they do everything well. Like they're gonna get the top seed for sure, but
For sure is crazy.
They play in 3 weeks, November 23rd.
I'm just saying they just
Give me the Steelers this
it
week.
just
Not
doesn't
looking forward to
seem
it.
like a narrative that Goodell wants is the Colts in the Super Bowl.
Why?
They've been just stopped over and over. I don't see it happening. I would love
It's
it. Don't
so
get me
much
wrong.
fun.
Personally, I want it to happen, but if the Chiefs play the Colts, the Chiefs win that game. Unfortunately, with everything on the
Who are
line.
your 2 teams, 5.
The Chiefs and the Lions, just because.
Okay. Tree, who are you going with?
Ooh, this is actually gonna
Who's
be a
making the
question.
Super Bowl?
Honestly,
Knowing what you
I
know
mean,
now.
I mean, if the Chiefs keep playing like this, they're going to go back to the Super Bowl. And I hate to say it, but it's just they've been playing with a fire. They have all their weapons back on offense. The defense has been suffocating, especially in that second half against Washington. I feel like Buffalo has too many flaws, especially defensively. They've lost Ed Oliver for the year, so that's another blow they're going to have to deal with. And the Ravens, I can't trust them. I just can't trust them right now. And the Colts, I mean, they're a good story, but as I said, it's just like I can't really get on board with them for Super Bowl. Although they'll probably smack the crap out of the Steelers this weekend. But as I said, I feel like it's going to be Chiefs versus probably Lions or Eagles.
Look at all you non-believers. You make me sick.
I will never believe.
Make
this.
me sick.
I also still do not
Fight me.
believe.
I'll
Even though
give
I've
the
seen
Colts
it.
the next 2 weeks to prove me wrong. But I firmly believe when they play the Chiefs, if they're the same team where we watched this last week, they will win that game. The way you beat the Chiefs is you don't make a bunch of dumb mistakes. The Colts have made one dumb mistake basically all season long, and that was the fumble, and it cost them the game against the Rams.
That's fair.
The Colts are a better team than the Chiefs right now, and it's not just like a fun thing anymore. They're a very good football team, and I think it's time that they get the proper credit for being a well-coached team. They throw the ball well. They run the ball well. Their defense is solid. Special teams is good. They're prepared every week. And you have to be all of those things. This is not even a knock on the Chiefs. You have to be all of those things to hang with the Chiefs and to have a chance to beat the Chiefs. And I really believe they're one of the few teams in the AFC that you could go, you know what? I don't know if the Chiefs are the favorites in this game. So just want to give the Colts their proper love.
All right. You are on
Okay.
record. And
Fair
last
enough.
but not least, Tom.
And knowing
no one
that
has said
they are going to get their ass kicked by the Steelers, and I'm going to sound so stupid for everything I just said.
I mean,
Clip
that
it.
happens.
You better watch out when
Clip it.
Brandon speaks. He's usually right. Unfortunately,
Maybe he's trying to help me out and get that Steelers Broncos playoff.
Well, the Colts
game.
got
Maybe
cursed,
that's what
so
he's thinking of. Maybe that's what he's trying to plan.
Tom, no one has predicted your team to go to the Super Bowl. What
I didn't mention them
say
with the
you?
Um,
2 teams.
See, the thing that bothers me about the AFC is like I like the Colts, and I think they're a really balanced squad. It's just I'm going off of experience. Nobody's able to ever beat the Chiefs when they're in the postseason, and like they can be in there. They played in the wild card round before, and they're still going right. So I feel like the Bills do have a lot of flaws that I'm concerned about. I like the Colts a lot. I feel like Kansas City is my favored team in the AFC right now just because of that playoff experience. Are the Eagles what they were the past 2 weeks? That's the big question. You know, the Packers will be playing the Eagles a week from Monday, so that's going to be a really good indicator to see where both teams are. The Packers, their flaws are in the secondary right now, and we'll see how Josh Jacobs also progresses throughout the season. The Lions are looking real good, man. The Lions secondary, like I'm super duper impressed with. Especially how they played against the Buccaneers. I know they were beat to hell.
2 teams.
You guys get the Eagles.
Give me a
in 2
Super Bowl
games,
1
right?
rematch. Give me Chiefs Packers. Give me Chiefs Packers. Why not? I'll call me a homer. It's fine.
Wow.
Give me Chiefs
That'd be a
Packers.
classic.
Packers right now.
I've
are
never
the second best run
seen
defense in
such
the NFL.
homerism in my life. That's insane.
We'll see after Thanksgiving. I'll have a much better idea after Thanksgiving. Lions fans are waiting. So
Well,
All
I
right.
think you'll have a better idea after you Green Bay and Philly in 2 weeks. I think that's going to be a litmus test for both teams.
yeah.
I think I need both teams to lose, honestly.
Can they tie?
Maybe tie. Maybe a tie.
Ooh,
But
the
the
Packers
trade
go to the Super
deadline.
Bowl as the first team with 2 ties. Come on now, that's a storyline I can get behind.
Another storyline is the trade deadline is this Tuesday. Real quick, who is one player you would want to see your team trade for at this trade deadline? Obviously, I'll start with Myles Garrett, 3 first-round picks. Go ahead and do it. We do not care. And if that doesn't work, go ahead and give the 2 to the Raiders for Max Crosby.
Scooter.
And if that doesn't work, go ahead and get Jalen Phillips for a 4th-round pick and Minka Fitzpatrick for a 6th-round pick. We got to do something.
If
You've already
you
tried
traded Micah Parsons and get an older Myles Garrett in his stead, and that's your pass rush is going to be just about the same when you had Micah Parsons. Oh, buddy, that is going to be quite
I
the
don't
gambit.
make the rules
That's
here,
quite
Tom.
a
I'm
gambit.
just trying to be happy. Okay.
Jerry Jones
We're
is just going
trying
to
to
give you
get
a
back
$20
something we
gift
lost
card to
here.
Bennigan's and call
We're
it
not
back
trying to
That's
make
what's gonna happen.
sense. If we were trying to make sense, we would have signed Micah Parsons for $35 million in the summer.
I mean,
This
year
is how
before.
we operate. Myles Garrett, 3 first-round picks. Who are you trading for?
You tried to trade for Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. You got rebuffed because it's like, I wonder why it's
That's
a little
what
hard
they
to
say
break
in
the
the media right before they trade them. Okay, I would not be surprised if the Cowboys traded for Max Crosby for 2
edge.
first
Trey
round.
Hendrickson is either a Colt or a
We're
nut.
not
He is
trading
not
Trey
going to Cowboys.
Henderson.
You
We
need
do not
you.
want him. It's
The
Max
point-
Crosby or
the-
Myles Garrett.
Why
You're
would
not-
you
you're not
want a
trading Max
veteran?
Crosby.
The point of first-round picks is to get young, sustained talents on rookie deals. That's
We
why
don't
you
care
get those.
about that. Do you know who Jerry Jones is? He
Yeah, he was
traded
fine.
for
He wants him
Joey
some
Galloway
Roy
for 2 first-round picks. You don't think he will do it again?
Roy Williams.
No,
Roy Williams.
it was Roy Williams was a 1st and a 3rd. Joey Galloway was 2 firsts.
Okay, well then I wouldn't put it past you. You know, as a Giants fan, I think the player that the Giants should add is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if you just think, I mean, Jackson Dart, I love you. You've been exciting, but they should just trade for Patrick Mahomes. That would just be simple. You know,
That's fair.
Mhm.
Trade.
mean,
who
if
do
we're
the
looking at the
Steelers need to
I
trade
mean,
for?
honestly, can we go get? I don't know. I mean, can we get TJ Watt back? Can we get? We paid 41 million. Yeah, I move him around a little bit. Don't just keep him in the same position. They just know how to block him now. So, you tell me.
Trade for the old TJ Watt. Okay.
Yeah, we'll trade for him. We'll bring back the high end talent.
Perna, is there an actual player that the Broncos can add at the trade deadline, or are you okay with standing pat?
I think they're good. I think they're good right now. There's been talk about like a receiver. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to lean on continuing to develop the young guys that they have. There was talk about a tight end. Then they signed Mercedes Lewis to be their blocking tight end that
Which
they
is
were
crazy.
looking for.
Which is crazy.
If there was a
Mercedes
tight
Lewis
end,
is
they've
like-
talked about, like, is Mark Andrews still available? Is David Njoku available? Like those type of guys. I think if you're going to start dipping your toes over there, why don't you just call up the 49ers? We already signed a couple of their guys anyway in Hufanga and Greenlaw. And let's just see if Kittle wants to come play for us. Why don't we just go for George Kittle? We know that if he stays in San Francisco, he's just going to watch all of his teammates get hurt again. And he can block and he can catch. So bring me George Kittle or bring me death.
All right. Tom, anyone that the Packers should be looking to add?
Since he's injured, I feel like he's of no use to them anyway. So Patrick Surtain, I would love to grab him for the secondary. That would be great. He's already injured. Get him at a discount. They won't even notice that he's gone. We just trade him Nate Hobbs, and
Would
you know what? There's
take
not even a single
Trayvon
factor
Diggs?
I
I'm gonna be
would
honest.
want in exchange for him.
Can we get
so.
Xavier
I
McKinney
think we
back?
wanna
You
trade
guys
for
should
him.
just.
Oh,
you guys should
Cowboys.
just-
There's an edge rusher in Green Bay. Just go get Micah Parsons. I mean,
Would
they'll
you
gladly
be
take 2 firsts and Kenny
interested
Clark.
in Trayvon Diggs, Tom?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
He's
Okay.
already on IR. He'll trade you for like a bag of peanuts.
Just wondering.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Before we go to the countdown, score predictions on the Dolphins versus the Ravens tonight. Who's
I think it's going to be
winning
high
this game?
scoring. I think it's going to be a lot of points because neither of these teams are interested in playing defense, and they also like to score. So I think that the Ravens actually win it. They surprised everybody this weekend with a good effort. The Dolphins they're the Dolphins. So high scoring game, Ravens by a touchdown, to 32 to 25 in a weird score. Was that a scoregami?
32 to 25.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an odd score.
Okay.
Tree, who's winning this game? What's the score going to be?
I feel like the Ravens are going to win, but I think it's going to be more offensive because both defenses are kind of a mess. I think it's going to be a bit of a shootout. I would say probably 35-32 Ravens.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair
we could.
Yeah,
be.
Ravens defense played better last week.
Yeah, I think that might have more to do with their offense and Caleb, though. That would just be me.
Fair. Yeah, who knows? We don't know nothing about nothing nowheres.
Of course,
give me
it's the
Ravens,
NFL. Nothing
28-20.
makes sense. You can't predict anything.
What'd you say,
Nothing.
Perna?
Give me Ravens 28-20.
I like it. Tom, what are we
Brandon's on fire, by the way.
Yeah,
Am I?
Yeah.
I got
Morning
I
alive.
got Baltimore. I think thankfully after the Dolphins actually showed up, I hope they show up tonight so it's at least competitive. But with Lamar Jackson back, yeah, I see like 34-20. Sorry, Ravens.
I want to see Tua have more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson tonight. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Mhm.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep with the Ravens. So we all got the Ravens. I'm going to go 34-30, though. It's going to be a close one, but only because they score in garbage time to get it closer at the very end. 34-30.
It's not too late to have your counterintuitive prediction, Brandon, where you just everyone takes the other team and then you're the one guy and then it happens because you've done that like 4 times in a row.
Holy, we just got $200 donation. to
Let's
directly-
go.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I think the Ravens are going to be better with Lamar. I liked what I saw from the Dolphins last week, but
It was their best game.
Yeah.
Defense showed up. Tua showed up. One eye.
yeah, I don't trust the Dolphins defense to be good 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I don't. And it's the same week, so maybe.
Those are that's a team that's might be dealing edge rushers. Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips have been names mentioned as possible trade pieces. If the Dolphins, Scooter, you want the Dolphins to lose tonight so you can maybe get some.
So
You
we
know,
can
we
get
don't have
Minka,
3 draft
get
picks.
Minka Fitzpatrick,
yeah.
get Jalen
Yeah,
Phillips. Let's
And Micah
build
Parsons.
after we trade for Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Stranger things
70
have
to
happened.
20.
Like us trading Micah Parsons. So anything is possible at this point. Let's go to the
And
countdown.
scene.
Oh, yes, the countdown.
Got the Cowboys against the Cardinals. With defense, it's gonna be worse. Oh yeah. Can you please read my last comment? Comment was that he's read it real fast. Comment hasn't been read yet.
Technically, reading that comment is reading his last comment.
That is a vibey song. And speaking of vibes,
is
we
very-
raised $51 for direct relief.
Let's
over here.
go. I think,
Supporting
how do we
Jamaica.
add this up? 150, 155, 175.
This is your old man reading
Yeah, to
glasses.
get his
I think you can put on, you can look on the main link and be able to find it.
Listen, when you get old, things happen, okay? $225 for the who is it again? Who is it again?
You got to get the other glasses.
World Central
You
Kitchen.
got to get the other glasses.
The other glasses. World Central Kitchen. Thank you all for donating. You're
Yeah.
anonymous.
Yeah,
You're awesome.
I put 200 in myself. I've raised $735. Want to give a shout out to Anonymous, AJ, Anonymous, Sully Griffin, Unchained America, and Andrew Mungan, Fluorite, and Tori Gates. It's a lot of anonymous donations, but thank each and every one of you from the bottom.
Boy, Anonymous is rich, man. I need
Anonymous is very rich.
That dude.
We did 7 hundo over here, so thank you guys for supporting a good cause and for continuing to do it anytime we do it.
Absolutely
pretty cool.
And Tom, I think you won this one. How much?
Yeah, I donated $500 like when I came in, so that's altering it. But yeah, we raised $2,100. So
let's go.
Appreciate the hell out of you. World Central Kitchen, again, they do great work. Not only are they helping with all the hurricanes that are going on right now, but also federal employees and food banks, which are desperately needed right now.
So we've raised almost $4,000 today. So
let's go. That'll go far.
What do you guys have coming out on your channels?
I have 2 videos next week. One is about the pre-planned drama of the NFL season. Have you ever noticed that every season kind of has its same little story arch, and we just don't even notice it? And then I want to do what every NBA arena was before it was built. Like sometimes they're built on cow pasture, sometimes they level a warehouse. It's always interesting. That's what I got.
Nice.
I'm working on MLB debriefing right now, and otherwise just sports ball that was released on Wednesday.
Do you do a sports ball for hockey?
I do like the haters guides for them, but not. And I
do a weekly one.
Deadline. Not a weekly one. It's too much. Your abs are doing all right. You just extended Nature's for about $11.5 million a year. So congratulations.
What did we do? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Extended Martin Natchez.
Yeah, that's what I knew. That for sure. It was all over that one.
Yeah, you know exactly who Martin Natchez is.
Yeah, he's my best player on the Avalanche.
Actually, McKinnon is your best player, but
no, Natchez. You just wait until it happens.
I just put out the NFC East meeting for week 8. Go check that out.
Yes.
We've got actually I wanted to do the mid-season awards. So if you'd like to check out the full awards that I'd like to give for the mid-season, look for that to be coming out
Trade of the year
tomorrow or Saturday. And what about you, Tom?
I'll be streaming tonight, and then either Friday or Saturday, since it's the halfway point, I'll be doing the 5 worst teams in the NFL. We're going to be talking about them. Do it every year, so.
Yes.
All right, look for the Giants to be on that list. As always, guys, this was another episode of Clickbait Sports.
Da-da-da-da.
Let me take these
survived.
glasses off.